For the past 14 years, the Ironman family of races has kicked off its triathlon season in New Zealand, a country where natural beauty surrounds. And the people share a sense of outdoor adventure like nowhere else in the world. Cascading waterfalls abound in this sportsman's paradise, where the rivers and lakes are so clean you can actually drink from them. It's a natural playground for the Kiwis, and for the first time, it's home to the best triathletes in the world, who have come to Lake Taupo on New Zealand's North Island to test themselves in this first Ironman triathlon of the year. "5 a.m. The sun's still a ways off, and almost 800 triathletes are getting ready for the challenge ahead. Among the field, a handful who are here to win. American Tim DeBoom was fourth here last year. He's never won an Ironman race, but 2 top 10 finishes in Ironman Hawaii indicate a breakthrough could come at any time. The same could be said for Germany's Andreas Niedrig, third at Ironman Europe last summer against one of the toughest fields in the sport. And today's top seed goes to local Tony O'Hagan. No Kiwi man has won this race since 1994, but O'Hagan could do it now. Another Kiwi to follow, number 5, Cameron Brown, who's attempting the first Ironman race of his career today after compiling an accomplished short-distance record. Steady rain has made preparations a challenge this morning, including those of the pre-race women's favourite, Canadian Melissa Spooner. She won the first Ironman race of her career last year in the Canary Islands and followed it up with a top 5 finish in Oahu. Impressive stuff. Her star in the sport is rising. Australia's Robin Rook is fresh off a victory in her country's long-distance championships, and that confidence has her among the favourites here today. If experience is gold in Ironman racing, Jan Wanklin has considerable wealth. This 41-year-old Aussie has won this 3 times and can never be counted out. Jim Howley is not a threat to win, but ask him and he'll tell you he's winning. He contracted AIDS in the 80s, but is here to test himself in a race he couldn't finish last year. And if courage is the word, meet Randy Cadell, paralysed from the waist down at the age of 19. He's here to tackle this Ironman for the first time. As the competitors enter Lake Taupo, the umbrellas are up on this drizzly morning. Just before 7 a.m. in a race that the pros can finish in 8 hours and change, and the age groupers have 17 to get to the finish. It's the 1999 Ironman New Zealand about to get underway for the first time in Lake Taupo. And there it is, the cannon to start the race. As always in Ironman racing, it's a 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile bike ride, followed by a marathon 26.2 miles. On the line today, prize money for the top pros, but perhaps more importantly, there are 70 qualifying spots up for grabs for the 1999 Ironman Triathlon World Championship in Oahu this October. It's triathlon's most coveted invite, and athletes from over 30 countries are here to see if they can earn their invitation today. It's the first of 4 Ironman races this year here on ESPN, as we bring you the best the sport has to offer. As the athletes try to find open water in Lake Taupo, we'll step aside as well. The 1999 Ironman New Zealand Triathlon is brought to you by the Twinlab Ironman Triathlon Nutrition Bar. 40-30-30 nutrition for whatever you're training for. By Isuzu, we don't make cars because life is too big for cars. And by Bally Total Fitness, Bally workouts work. Get the results you want. Call 1-800-FITNESS today.
With an 83-year truck heritage behind us, we decided to try something a little different.
Hey! You left your wallet on the trunk!
Introducing the 215 horsepower rally sport-inspired Isuzu V-Cross. Theoretically, still a truck.
The durable, authentic khaki. You'll wear out before they do.
The Soft Drink Syndicate knows there's still some people who resist them.
2 pounds in Sector 3, sir.
And they don't like this at all. The 7-Up Underground are people who drink what they like, not what they're supposed to like.
What's with the suits?
And what they like is the crisp, refreshing taste of 7-Up.
Stop those eyes!
You must pay for Mr. Squeaky.
Do you do what you like? Are you an on?
With an 83-year truck heritage behind us, we decided to try something a little different.
Hey! You left your wallet on the trunk!
Introducing the 215 horsepower rally sport-inspired Isuzu V-Cross. Theoretically, still a truck.
Back to Ironman New Zealand, where the men's leaders are rounding the final buoy and heading home. The elite men have been given green swim caps, and that's where we find Andreas Niedrig leading the way. Just behind Niedrig is Tim de Boom of Boulder, Colorado. The 28-year-old was fourth here last year, and he's back with high expectations now.
I'm definitely here this year to win it, not like last year where, I came just for the experience. I got the experience last year, so I think it's up for grabs this year. There's quite a few guys here. The competition's definitely better this year than last year, but I'm definitely one of, I think, 5 or 6 guys that can win it.
Well, so far so good for de Boom's Ironman plan, in good shape with the top swimmers. Just ahead of de Boom, New Zealand's Cameron Brown, an iron rookie, but one certainly to watch. Leading the way in the green cap, Germany's Andreas Niedrig. First from the water in Ironman Europe the last 2 years, his challengers will come back on land. In the women's race, Germany's Nina Kraft in the blue cap swims up front with the veteran Jan Wanklin. The chase pack of women in the pink caps contains race favourite Melissa Spooner, countrywoman Lisa Bentley, Heidi Alexander and Australia's Robin Rook. They are almost 3 minutes, though, behind the women's leaders. The leaders in the swim channel that ends the 2.4-mile swim, Andreas Niedrig and Cameron Brown begin to switch gears for the swim-to-bike transition. It's Niedrig who is the first to hit land. Tim de Boom just seconds behind, with Cameron Brown between them. Eager age groupers plough past Niedrig in the green cap, whose pace seems leisurely compared to those around him. Up the stairs and then to the changing tent. Cameron Brown has passed Niedrig on the way up, and Tim de Boom is right on their heels. The trio enter the changing tent together. The question now is, who will have the fastest pit stop? Struggling to get out of her wetsuit, Germany's Nina Kraft has taken the women's lead. The Wood Brothers tight pit stop belongs to Andreas Niedrig. Just behind, Cameron Brown rushes away with a souvenir for the Kiwi crowd. In second place, Jan Wanklin scurries up the ramp to her transition. Not a memorable transition, though, for De Boom. He's got 112 miles, though, to play catch-up. The 4 pink caps of the chase pack approach shore. Holding 4, it's Spooner, Alexander, Bentley, and then Rook. Up ahead, 3-time winner Wanklin begins the hunt to find Nina Kraft. Swim-to-bike transition can be dangerous business as the rain continues to fall. Just ask Canadian Lisa Bentley. No such mishaps, though, for Melissa Spooner. She heads to the changing tent. Hot on her heels is Lisa Bentley. And just behind both is Robin Rook, with Heidi Alexander also inside the tent. Turning the transition into a fire drill, Lisa Bentley is the first to her bike. But Rook is the first to get away. No brake lights here, and a brief bike collision ensues, but the bike ride is usually Melissa Spooner's favourite part of her Ironman meal. 112 miles and 2 wet bike loops are ahead as Ironman New Zealand rolls on.
Men, do you want to see your abs and increase muscle definition? Women, how would you like a toned body with cellulite-free hips and thighs? Thousands of people are turning these visions into reality with the best-selling video program, Fitness Made Simple, Unlock Your Potential, hosted by fitness celebrity and columnist John Bastow.
Hi, I'm John Bastow, and like many of you, I tried just about every diet and exercise fad on the market, but nothing gave me the results that I was after. Finally, I used Fitness Made Simple to build the lean, muscular physique, including the tight six-pack of abs I always wanted, but never was able to see before.
Fitness Made Simple eliminates all the guesswork by giving you the exact blueprint for improving your body at any age, with time-conserving workouts and a detailed fat-burning nutritional meal plan.
In 8 weeks, I transformed my body from this to this. Fitness Made Simple worked for me, and it can work for you too.
Order Fitness Made Simple by calling toll-free and be on the way to building the body of your dreams.
Would you like to win a trip to the Brickyard 400 and drive the race parade car home? Here's how. Just follow Steve Park and enter the ESPN Drive at Home sweepstakes, presented by Pennzoil. Watch the Pontiac Excitement 400 on ESPN. Note the Pennzoil car's starting and finishing position. Then, call 1-800-581-3600 or stop by a participating Pennzoil Lube Center and fill out an entry form. You could win a trip to the Brickyard 400 and take home the race parade car or other great prizes.
We're back at Lake Taupo, where hundreds of triathletes exit the water at Ironman New Zealand, presented by Air New Zealand. All shapes and sizes being helped from the water and run up the ramp to the transition area. But one athlete here today takes a very different route to the bike course, and that's Randy Cadell, who has finished the swim and now begins his 112-mile journey, powered only by his arms. And wouldn't you know it, it's uphill right away.
Make sure you turn up tonight, ladies and
gentlemen. Among the able bodies that run to the changing tent, we find 38-year-old Jim Howley. Diagnosed HIV positive in the 80s, Howley has turned a potential death sentence into a mission fueled by exercise and competition.
Once I did an Ironman, I think I became an Ironman. It's a way of life. You know, I will always be an Ironman. It's something I hold near to me. It keeps me from straying off. It keeps me from getting unhealthy. It's just the way I want to be for the rest of my life. I'm very proud to say I'm an Ironman.
Howley earned his Ironman credentials at the granddaddy of them all, Hawaii, in 1996. He would finish in just over 14 hours. It was a finish that gave him a message to share.
What I feel like I'm out here doing is I'm actually trying to get people's way of thinking to change. And that is, if you have AIDS or cancer or you're in a wheelchair, that you have a better lifestyle. And exercise does it. It did it for me.
And Howley hasn't stopped there either. He completed Ironman Europe in 1997, but has never finished this race. In 1998, a series of flat tyres left him short of his goal.
Last year, I had 4 flats. The first flat was bad because I thought, okay, I only have 3 more spares to go, but I don't usually get flats. But then the second one was worse, the third one, and then the fourth one, I just knew everything was over. And to throw my bike in the back of a van and say, I'm done, was the hardest thing I've ever done, I think.
Never one to shy away from a challenge, Howley is back to conquer this race like he has his own demons.
James Howley in the 35 to 39 age group. And we
so far, so good. Meanwhile, back up front, Germany's Andreas Niedrig moves through countryside outside of Lake Taupo. He's built a lead on the bike in the rainy conditions and now pushes to widen that gap. His closest competitor for now at least is the Texan James Bonney, a minute 45 seconds back. Bonney, a promising career ahead, is not a real threat to win here, but an Ironman Hawaii invite is realistic. Leading the chase group behind, another American, Tim DeBoom, holds on tightly as the wet roads have made every mile a potential problem. The good news for the Kiwi Cameron Brown is he's hanging with the big boys in his first Ironman start. But where will he sort out when the honeymoon is over? In contrast, fellow Kiwi Tony O'Hagan has been down the Ironman aisle many times before, but never turned up a winner. Not yet, anyway. He knows these roads very well, and it shows.
Slow down, Eddie.
And just behind him, a third Kiwi has caught the chase pack. Scott Balance won this race in 1994, another veteran adding a third ingredient in the recipe of local favourites. In the women's race, Melissa Spooner is right on form. She's caught and passed both Nina Kraft and Jan Wanklin on her way into the lead. A 41-year-old mother, Wanklin has seen it all in Ironman races. There's no panic here. After all, it is an Ironman. And we'll find out if Nina Kraft has that much patience as she struggles to hold on to Wanklin in third place. The early ride has not been kind to 29-year-old Robin Rook, losing over 2 minutes to Spooner on the first lap of the bike. And what of Spooner's countrywoman Lisa Bentley? She's already lost 3.5 minutes to Spooner and bears down now to avoid getting buried. Randy Cadell's nickname is the Animal, and he'll need to be all of that today. The rain continues to fall and the clock continues to tick away as Cadell and the Ironman moves on.
What are you training for? To be the strongest man in football.
To run a marathon. Introducing the Ironman Triathlon Nutrition Bar from Twin Lab. Balanced nutrition that builds energy and burns fat.
After all, everyone is training for something.
Usually when you're 6 feet under, the party's over. Now thanks to 7-Up, it's just getting started. Look on 7-Up packages and you could win a Sprint PCS Nokia phone. Then if you get our message, you're in. Or should we say, under.
We don't build commuter cars. Or get you to work fast pinstriped cars. We don't build cars, period. We build the 205 horsepower, get out of town fast Isuzu Rodeo. Because there's more to life than the daily commute.
It can get competitive here at Sports Center.
So Charlie says you're maybe the 50th best heavyweight.
In the world?
In Georgia.
But when there are differences, we keep it in the family.
So Carl started drinking a little bit. And then he was going on and on about he and Mrs. Met. I mean, nasty stuff. Nasty.
And keeping it in the family has made our family stronger.
Charlie, come on out and get your whooping.
Charlie, come on out. Stand up.
Back to Air New Zealand's presentation of Ironman New Zealand Triathlon at Lake Taupo, where all the triathletes are out of the water now and out on the road, which is where we find Jim Howley. Last year, Jim was unable to finish the bike ride due to flat tyres, but the new event site here in Lake Taupo is kinder for all of the contestants as the countryside just rolls by. No one is enjoying the new venue more than Andreas Niedrig. The German has widened his lead on the chase group and seems undeterred by the rain and wet roads. 3 minutes up now on the sizable chase group and on a solo mission back towards town. Behind, and the men who can make this a race seem happy to push along, content in the knowledge they can catch Niedrig later in the ride. Or if that fails, perhaps on the run. The chase group now has a very local flavour. New Zealander Scott Balance is now taking his turn at the front. Talented for sure, but still not of great interest to the nearby sheep that graze relentlessly as the race goes by. Just behind, we find the second Kiwi of the group, number 5, the Iron rookie Cameron Brown. New to this distance, he's content to stay with the former champion Balance as he heads into unfamiliar territory. The third piece of this Kiwi puzzle is number 1, Tony O'Hagan, playing a strategic game of cat and mouse. He sizes up the group, probing now for strengths and weaknesses. O'Hagan has his sights firmly on the rear rim of the American Tim DeBoom, who is out of the saddle on the way back towards town. But any hopes DeBoom had of an American power play are over, as Texan James Bonney has fallen off the pace of the chasing group. For him, it's time to regroup with lower expectations. No such problems for women's leader Melissa Spooner. Her expectations are rising as her lead also grows on the bike. She sees control of this race and keeps applying the pressure. Her closest rival now is the Australian Robin Rook, 3 minutes back and riding alone. But Rook may not be alone for long, as a newcomer, Karen Mills, has made her way into third place, just 45 seconds behind Rook. A Kiwi in her first Ironman race, Mills is an accomplished mountain biker and runner, and he's making up ground on the field. Now in fourth place and 5 minutes off the lead is Jan Wanklin. She maintains a steady pace. She won this race 2 years ago when she was 39. But the woman now expected to win here is Melissa Spooner. Just a year or so ago, Spooner was a relatively unknown professional from Toronto. But in this sport, stars can be born very quickly. Just ask Melissa. Spooner's coming out party was last year in the Canary Islands when she took control of the Ironman race on the bike course, passing leader Wendy Ingram on the toughest mountain climbs of Lanzarote, and then she never looked back.
I think everyone talks about the day that they want to wake up and just be able to race what they know they can do, and I think that's what happened for me there. I was very much, there was not a lot of pressure put on me from other people other than myself, and so I just allowed myself to do what I wanted to do and had a great race, and I just happened to cross the line first.
A confident Spooner then aimed for Oahu and the world title. After a tough ride, she found herself in fourth place and being hunted by defending champion Heather Fuhr, who had closed to within a minute of Melissa in the middle of a record-setting marathon.
I think, honestly, a year ago, I would have surrendered and said, that's Heather Fuhr, let her pass me and she can take fourth. And people go, what? But that was the way I was. I was not confident in my ability to be where I was at. Whereas last year, I just said, I worked for where I was and I wasn't going to give it up for anybody.
Fourth place woman, Melissa Spooner.
This is Melissa's first Ironman race since that memorable performance in Kona. So far, the results are good. We'll be back with more New Zealand Triathlon after this.
We don't build commuter cars or get you to work fast pinstriped cars. We don't build cars, period. We built the 205 horsepower, get out of town fast Isuzu Rodeo. Because there's more to life than the daily commute.
I love my new Toro personal pace self-propel mower so much, I'm letting my neighbors try it.
Wow, so simple to control. This is unbelievable.
He loves it.
It moves at whatever speed I'm walking, and it's easy backing up, too.
She's hooked.
No speeds to adjust. I want one.
I think they're impressed.
The revolutionary Toro Personal Pace Self-Propel Mower. It's a whole new way to mow. Other innovative Toro products are proudly used at Scratch Golf properties at World Golf Village.
Gustavo Curtain. Curtains Rider. Bike Rider. Horse Rider. Wave Rider. Easy Rider. Rider. After Sport Footwear.
The top senior hitters head to the desert for the Las Vegas Senior Classic. Coverage continues today at 5:30 on ESPN.
Phil Liggett back at the 1999 Ironman New Zealand Triathlon in a country where sheep outnumber people 12-1. And untouched nature like this is seemingly everywhere. In the men's race, it's the Andreas Niedrig show right now as he speeds back towards Taupo in the lead on lap 2 of the bike leg. While nothing has changed up front for a while, plenty of action is in the chase group. A two-man breakaway led by Tony O'Hagan and Tim DeBoon has split the pursuers in half. Both men are about 3 minutes behind the leader, Niedrig, but have decided now to try and close the gap before the end of the 112-mile bike ride. In their wake are two more Kiwis. Number 5, Cameron Brown, rides now a minute behind the DeBoom and O'Hagan tandem. He's now in uncharted waters, having never reached this far before. Each stroke of the pedals is a new Ironman lesson for him. With Brown is Scott Ballant, another Kiwi. The two of them are 4 minutes back of Niedrig. Any comfort they must draw now comes from the knowledge that a supportive crowd is waiting for them when they arrive back in Taupo to begin the marathon. Women's race, it's a consistent story. Melissa Spooner continues to lead, and that's just fine with her.
I think I'm learning that I do enjoy racing from the front a little bit. That doesn't mean that I'm going to go really hard for the first 40K just so I get the front, but I guess I'm a little bit of a control freak. And I enjoy knowing what's happening around me.
Well, there's plenty to enjoy so far as Spooner has led for almost the entire bike ride. For Robin Rook and the other women chasing Spooner, it's time to try and hold on and not let the lead grow anymore. They'll have to take their chances in the marathon. Rook may get some help in the fight with Spooner from an unlikely source. Kiwi Karen Mills is right with Rook, and the Aussie-Kiwi duo work now through the rainy conditions, waiting for the rainbow back in town. Even on a cool, overcast day, an Ironman veteran like Jan Wankling knows the importance of taking in fluids at the aid stations. She takes the time to fuel up with the marathon still ahead. Riding alone up front, men's leader Andreas Niedrig searches for more information on his pursuers. But so far, no one is in the rear-view mirror. Good for him. The man now in second place is Tim DeBoom, but he's been flagged for a drafting penalty and will face 3 minutes in the penalty box when he gets to transition. That means his breakaway partner, Tony O'Hagan, will be spotted a 3-minute advantage in transition. They ride together here, but they are no longer equals. Cameron Brown has now fallen off over 6 minutes, but with De Boom's penalty, he should leave the bike-to-run transition just behind him in 4th place. 45 seconds back, the veteran Scott Balance presses on. This has not been his best ride, and it may have spoiled his chances to win this race for a second time. While the pros approach transition, the hundreds of age groupers muddle through the rain on the bike course. For all of them, they must complete the 112 miles by 5:30. Then they can go on to the marathon. For Jim Howley, no flats so far, and he's on schedule to make the cutoff. But it won't be so easy for Randy Goodell. The wet conditions have slowed his progress, and he works feverishly to beat the cutoff. Randy's long on heart, but short on time.
To run a marathon.
To run after a 2-year-old.
Introducing the Ironman Triathlon Nutrition Bar from Twin Lab. Balanced nutrition that builds energy and burns fat.
After all, everyone is training for something.
Whether you're working out, working hard, or making changes, one thing is for certain. Centrum has your nutrition needs covered. With Centrum, you benefit from what science is discovering about how vitamins and minerals help maintain health, unlock energy, and strengthen immunity. Centrum, always complete from A to Zinc. And Centrum Kids' great new taste is making a splash with new fruit flavors kids love.
With an 83-year truck heritage behind us, we decided to try something a little different.
Hey! You left your wallet on the trunk!
Introducing the 215 horsepower Rally Sport-inspired Isuzu V-Cross. Theoretically, still a truck.
The Soft Drink Syndicate knows there's still some people who resist them.
2 pounds in Sector 3, sir.
And they don't like this at all. The 7-Up Underground are people who drink what they like, not what they're supposed to like.
What's with the suits?
And what they like is the crisp, refreshing taste of 7-Up.
Stop those eyes!
You must pay for Mr. Squeaky.
Do you do what you like? Are you an on?
Back at Air New Zealand's presentation of the 1999 Ironman New Zealand Triathlon. The rain is really coming down now, but that won't dampen the spirits of the leader, Andreas Niedrig, who comes into Taupo and the bike-to-run transition after over 4.5 hours of cycling. For Niedrig, it's time for the quick change from biker to runner, as the 26.2 miles marathon is next. He's invested heavily in the bike course, and his reward is a lead of just over 2.5 minutes. Approaching transition, Tony O'Hagan and Tim De Boom. But with De Boom headed to the penalty box for 3 minutes, it's the Kiwi now with the advantage. Niedrig struggles to get his running legs moving as he leaves the changing tent. Souvenir discarded, and he's away. De Boom and O'Hagan arrive in transition together, but that's where their paths will part. Marshals will escort De Boom to the penalty box. Niedrig heads out on lap 1 of 2 on the marathon course. For De Boom, no get-out-of-jail-free card, and he serves his sentence in the sin bin.
This will be a long 3 minutes. 4 Kiwis and me, and who do they call?
The leader Niedrig fuels up. He's no idea of the drama unfolding behind him.
At 44.32, you take off.
While de Boom waits, O'Hagan heads out in second place. He knows he's got a 3-minute lead now on his rival and just 2.5 minutes to the leader Niedrig. Finally, de Boom's sentence is over and he heads out to regroup and focus on the task at hand. The short, choppy strides of Andreas Niedrig, looking for the first Ironman win of his career. Now out on the road, Tim de Boom is almost 6 minutes off the lead after the penalty. Can he put it behind him? As de Boom leaves the transition area, Cameron Brown comes in. Kiwi Scott Balance is the next to enter the penalty box for drafting. There's no favouritism here. And while Balance sits, Brown heads out to start his first Ironman marathon. One by one, they head off the bike to Chapter 3 of the Ironman novel. Minutes later, the women's leader, Melissa Spooner, makes her way to bike-to-run transition. Her bike time of 5 hours, 10 minutes has shattered the bike course record here by over 10 minutes. The move from Auckland to Taupo explains some of the improvement, but this has been a great ride. Spooner heads out quickly and with purpose. She's 6 minutes up on the field and moving in for the kill. Behind the lead bike, Andreas Niedrig approaches the first turnaround in the marathon. He'll soon find out that the race is headed his way. For 31-year-old Randy Cadell, life has been full of challenges, and today is no different. He must reach the bike-to-run transition by 5:30, or he can't go on. It's going to be very, very close.
Do you want to see your abs and increase muscle definition? Women, how would you like a toned body with cellulite-free hips and thighs? Thousands of people are turning these visions into reality with the best-selling video program, Fitness Made Simple, Unlock Your Potential, hosted by fitness celebrity and columnist John Bastow.
Hi, I'm John Bastow, and like many of you, I tried just about every diet and exercise fad on the market, but nothing gave me the results that I was after. Finally, I used Fitness Made Simple to build the lean, muscular physique, including the tight six-pack of abs I always wanted, but never was able to see before.
Fitness Made Simple eliminates all the guesswork by giving you the exact blueprint for improving your body at any age, with time-conserving workouts and a detailed fat-burning nutritional meal plan.
In 8 weeks, I transformed my body from this to this. Fitness Made Simple worked for me, and it can work for you too.
Order Fitness Made Simple by calling toll-free and be on the way to building the body of your dreams.
Every Friday, ESPN unveils a new profile in our countdown of the 50 greatest athletes of the century. This week, Big Red. The only thoroughbred to crack 2 minutes in the Derby, he became a legend with his 31-length victory in the Belmont to capture the 1973 Triple Crown. It's a record some say will never be broken. Sports Century's 50 Greatest Athletes, number 35, Secretariat, Friday at 10:30 on ESPN, presented by General Motors.
And at Ironman New Zealand, we're with women's leader Melissa Spooner, the only woman out on the marathon course. Her lead early on is almost 6 minutes over her nearest rival. Back in transition, the parade of humanity rolls on, and that's where we find Robin Rook in second place. She's 6 minutes off the pace set by Spooner, with the marathon to come. 5 hours, 17 minutes on the bike. Melissa Spooner came here for career Ironman win number 2, and so far, all systems are go. Rook is away, leaving Karen Mills in the changing tent behind her. Just a minute behind Rook, Jan Wanklin is off her bike. The 41-year-old mom has had brilliant Ironman marathons in the past. We'll find out just how much rubber is left on the tyres. Until the first turnaround, Melissa Spooner won't know who is stalking her and where they are. For now, it's just lower your head and run. When she turns, she'll see the striking figure of Aussie Robin Rook closing in second place. And right behind Rook, an Ironman wild card as Karen Mills closes in too after her transition. Only one person between her and the lead. Jan Wanklin, the marathon is just beginning. It's a new course for her and everybody else. While she may not win today, she's never going to quit. For Andreas Niedrig, the loneliness of the league continues. There's an absence of information up front. Who's making a run at me and where are they? Unfortunately, you usually don't find out until it's too late. Tony O'Hagan storms out of the transition area and cuts into Niedrig's lead in a hurry. Now only 2 minutes back, hopes of a Kiwi win are very much alive. But behind O'Hagan, Tim de Boom is writing the most intriguing story of the early marathon. He began 3 minutes behind O'Hagan after that penalty, but has taken almost all of that time back. If you can see it, you can catch it, and the game is on. Accelerating to ensure O'Hagan can't fight back, de Boom moves into second place. For O'Hagan, a reality check, as de Boom's form does not invite a reply. But de Boom isn't the only one flying today. Kiwi Cameron Brown has cut a 6-minute deficit to just 4. He's not done yet. Scott Ballan's chances of a second win here have slipped away. The hard ride and drafting penalty have left him over 7.5 minutes behind. Andreas Niedrig has been leading this race for 6 hours and now heads back to town. He'll see his rivals and time checks will tell him this race is only just beginning. The same could be said for Melissa Spooner. Her 6-minute lead has been cut in half, and what looked like a sure thing is now in doubt. The push she's feeling is coming from 2 women, Robin Rook and Karen Mills. Here, Mills surges past Rook into second place. These two have been battling each other and reeling Spooner in at the same time. And in both the men and the women's races, tenacity is the watchword, and no one has lost hope of the win yet. There's no doubt now, the final chapters of this soggy Ironman story are about to be written.
What are you training for?
To be the strongest man in football.
To run a marathon. Introducing the Ironman Triathlon Nutrition Bar from Twin Lab. Balanced nutrition that builds energy and burns fat.
After all, everyone is training for something.
Fighting Tartar.
brushing may not be enough. Introducing the only mouthwash that helps fight tartar buildup. New Tartar Control Listerine. It has the same germ-killing power as regular Listerine, plus helps fight tartar buildup better than brushing alone. If you're going to fight tartar, make it an unfair fight. New Tartar Control Listerine. When brushing starts, Listerine finishes.
Ian thinks you're hot. No way. Wait, he told me in homeroom.
The syndicate is watching.
The meat hooks of a sculptor shape a sport. Another carcass is showcased on canvas. In a nest of film and lamps, a pop star flaps his chops, filled with lyrics and rhyme. The greatest, the greatest, the greatest. We see it.
Sports Center of the Decade, Friday at 7:30 on ESPN. Presented by General Motors.
Melissa Spooner took control of this race early in the bike leg and has led ever since. She's now been up front for over 6.5 hours. She's made a turnaround, and on this course she knows her lead is shrinking. The reason is the momentum contained in the hot battle for second place. Robin Rook and Karen Mills have been running together for miles, with each one doggedly holding on to their turf in a classic Aussie-Kiwi battle. For Spooner, the one-on-one battle behind has brought the field to within 2.5 minutes of her lead. She should be very worried now. Ironman veteran and Mills the Ironman rookie. Of truth for Melissa. Her lead is less than 2 minutes. What was a day that had no surprises has changed, and the Ironman has dealt her a joker late in the run. Karen Mills' surge continues, and now it's time for Robin Rook to try and hold on. It's been a 15-round prize fight, this, with the decision still in doubt. Andreas Niedrig, the time checks tell him a story too. Tim de Boon is closing in. No American has won any Ironman race since the great Mark Allen won Hawaii in 1995, and de Boon's chance to break that streak is now. No glances are exchanged, just the business end of an Ironman race for which Niedrig has no response. For de Boom, he's on the verge of his first Ironman victory. He trained with Hawaii winner Peter Reed last year in Colorado and learned what it took to be a champion. He's putting it to the test here, but no Ironman is ever over until you see the finish line, and de Boom's not there yet. Cameron Brown has passed Tony O'Hagan for third place and is now only 2 minutes back of de Boom. Can the Kiwi pull a hometown rabbit from the hat? Now off his bike and out on the marathon course, Jim Howley has gone further in this race than he did last year. 26.2 miles, and it will be mission accomplished. Paralysed from the waist down since he was 19, Randy Cadell has a friend in adversity today and an enemy in the clock as the 5:30 cutoff looms large on the grey New Zealand horizon. The 1999 Ironman New Zealand Triathlon is brought to you by Isuzu. We don't make cars because life is too big for cars. And by the Twin Lab Ironman Triathlon Nutrition Bar. 40-30-30 nutrition for whatever you're training for. By Bally Total Fitness. Bally workouts work. Get the results you want. Call 1-800-FITNESS today.
What are you training for? To run a marathon.
To run after a 2-year-old.
Introducing the Ironman Triathlon Nutrition Bar from Twin Lab. Balanced nutrition that builds energy and burns fat.
After all, everyone is training for something.
We don't build commuter cars or get you to work fast pinstriped cars. We don't build cars, period. We build the 205 horsepower, get out of town fast Isuzu Rodeo. Because there's more to life than the daily commute.
There are 3 things you'll never find the players talk about during the playoffs: the Stanley Cup, their injuries, and the fact they forgot how to skate.
For Tim de Boom, it's less than a mile to go to the finish of the 1999 Ironman New Zealand Triathlon and the first Ironman victory of his career. His first Ironman was Hawaii in 1992 in the 3rd triathlon he'd ever entered. Nothing ever comes easy at an Ironman, and now Cameron Brown is close to within a minute of de Boom as they approach Taupo and the finish. The crowd welcomes de Boom back to town on this cool grey New Zealand day with less than a half mile to go. But the biggest roars are saved for Brown, who has closed to within 35 seconds of the leader. It's unclear whether de Boom even realises that Brown is right behind him as he pushes towards the line. Now less than 30 seconds behind with a few hundred yards to go. Brown opens his stride to try and pull the Kiwi upset. One final turn and a fist pump. So Tim de Boom must think he's got this one won with just a few hundred yards to the finish. And there, just behind, the American Cameron Brown makes the final turn, 100 yards behind de Boom. But it's too late to stop de Boom's first ever Ironman win. And he turns to see just a few yards behind him, New Zealand's Cameron Brown rushing to the finish. The two men embrace after an epic battle. And these are the final results of the Ironman New Zealand Triathlon. Tim de Boom wins in 8 hours 32 minutes. Cameron Brown only 13 seconds back. Andreas Niedrig holds on for 3rd, and Scott Balance takes 4th. Now let's go back to the finishing line with the champion.
After the last turnaround on the bike, I knew I had to get some time between me and those guys because they can all run. And so I pushed it hard as I could, and I really thought that might take it out of my legs for the run. But I just got out on the run and tried to stay steady, and I had no idea Cameron was coming. Nobody, it's a tough crowd out there. Everybody's saying, "Oh, good job," but you know they're hoping their man comes through, and so I was almost lucky that I won it because Cameron was coming strong, and I just had no idea it was there.
While de Boom's race is over, the rain continues to pelt down on the 700-plus athletes still out on the course. For the man they call the Animal, Ironman New Zealand has proved a special challenge. He was able to conquer Hawaii's heat and win last October, but his ability to make cutoff is clearly in doubt. The unfurled Canadian flag belongs to Melissa Spooner, who has now made her way into Taupo and within sight of the finish. The stride has grown shorter, but the resolve is still there, as she has staved off the push of her rivals. A quick glance back to see who's there, but the gap is safe. Karen Mills, number 16, has broken away from Robin Rook for second place, but has not been able to catch Spooner for the win. Not bad for an Iron rookie, though. Like Cameron Brown, her Ironman debut has been a smashing success. For Robin Rook, disappointment in being dropped by Mills and the battle to hold on to third place now. Just 500 metres to the finish, and Melissa Spooner is on the verge of the second Ironman win of her career. Now it's time to get the flag waving and to grab a quick smile too. The same for a soggy Karen Mills, who manages a smile for the hometown crowd. You can never have enough Canadian flags as Spooner grabs the adult size to bring to the finish.
Okay, give me the first, Daddy. Go for the first. Hurry up.
Just 100 yards to go, and Melissa Spooner will demolish the course record here in the first edition of Ironman New Zealand, to be held in Lake Taupo. Her sights firmly set now on the World Championship in Hawaii this fall. So it's time for the pain to be replaced by joy. A hard-earned victory in a time of 9 hours and 20 minutes. For Karen Mills, it wasn't a fairy tale victory, but a great debut nevertheless. And how about third place Lisa Bentley of Canada, running the fastest marathon of the day. Now let's go back to the women's champion.
I really worked hard on the bike. I did my own race out there and just kind of said, you know, this feels good. I got a little scared when those girls started really, you know, they made 3 minutes and within 10 miles, and I was like, oh my gosh. But I just really stayed within myself, and I learned a lot in this race. So I think my mind was really, I really wanted to win, and it was nice to be able to put the mind over the matter and just go for it.
Go for it she did, winning by almost 4 minutes over Karen Mills. Lisa Bentley broke the marathon course record while running into third place. Robin Rook held on for fourth. And the veteran Jan Wanklin at age 41 finished fifth in a time that would have won all of the previous Ironman New Zealand races. As the rain continues to beat down, the Ironman marches on for the hundreds of age groupers that have until midnight to reach the magical finish. But not all the Ironman tales end up with the happy endings that perhaps they deserve. Randy Cadell has missed the cutoff to continue by less than 30 seconds.
Oh, I missed. 30 seconds, huh?
Your pairs built in there. Really do. Hardest thing I've ever had to do.
Oh well.
At this race last year, Jim Howley was forced to drop out, but not now. 1999 brings redemption for Howley, who faces his own mortality every day. Now forced to walk, he will finish in a time just over 15 hours. For men like Cadell and Howley, the Ironman defines their lives, finish or not. It's been a day of firsts here in Lake Taupo, but for now, this is Phil Liggett saying goodbye from the 1999 Ironman New Zealand Triathlon.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network, go.com.
He can A, make a cup of fresh coffee in the kitchen. B, walk all the way over to the living room area and start a fire in the fireplace. Or C, shoot some hoops. Okay, let's see what he does. Ah, D, none of the above. Residence Inn by Marriott. Room to relax, room to work, room to breathe.